Welcome back to Car Flash Drive, the channel where you get real-world impressions, deep dive reviews, and honest analysis of the cars you're considering next. Today, we're taking a close and detailed look at the 2026 Nissan Sentra, a model that continues to evolve in a segment that's shrinking but still matters for buyers who want comfort, efficiency, and affordability without stepping into the crossover world. The 2026 Sentra pushes its design language a bit further, improves refinement, and brings technology that a few years ago you would only find in higher-end Nissan models. So let's explore everything you need to know, from the front to the back, inside and out, as well as performance, pricing, and the driving feel you can actually expect in the real world. Starting at the exterior, the 2026 Sentra carries the familiar silhouette but sharpens almost every detail. When you approach the car from the front, the first thing that stands out is the redesigned V-Motion grille, now slimmer and stretched wider to give the face a more athletic, more grown-up attitude. The grille mesh pattern has been updated with a more three-dimensional look, giving it depth, especially under daylight. The headlights are narrower too, with new LED projectors that sweep upward like they're pulled directly from Nissan's EV lineup. Daytime running lights trace a clean, modern signature that's instantly recognizable, even from a distance. The bumper design includes more defined angles, and the air channels on the sides not only improve aerodynamics slightly but also make the car look more premium. Overall, the front end carries the vibe of a compact sedan trying to punch above its class, and honestly, it works. Moving to the side profile, the 2026 Sentra keeps the same proportions we've seen recently, but Nissan refined the character lines and wheel designs to give it a fresher stance. The floating roof illusion is still here with the blacked-out C-pillar, but now the side mirrors are sleeker and better integrated. In this model year, buyers get new 16, 17, and 18-inch alloy wheel options depending on trim, each one with sharper machining and more contrast. The shoulder line flows from the headlights all the way to the taillights in a more continuous motion, so the car looks slightly longer even though dimensions are nearly unchanged. What's impressive is how solid the side profile feels for a sedan that's known for being budget-friendly. The doors carry a satisfying weight, the window trim no longer looks overly plastic, and the panel gaps appear tighter than previous years, a detail sedan shoppers often appreciate more than they realize. Coming around to the back, the 2026 Sentra has a cleaner, more sculpted rear design. The taillights have been reshaped with a smoke-tinted finish that gives them a sportier look, and their LED signatures now extend deeper into the trunk lid. The Nissan logo sits in the center, larger and more pronounced. The bumper has been slightly lifted visually, creating a wider, more planted feel, and the lower diffuser-style trim adds that subtle sporty attitude without pretending to be something it isn't. You won't find fake exhaust tips here, which is refreshing. The overall rear makes the Sentra feel more mature, more cohesive, and more in line with Nissan's current global design language. Now stepping inside, the interior of the 2026 Sentra is where many buyers will feel the biggest improvement. Nissan focused heavily on tactile quality, reducing the amount of hard plastic on areas that driver and passengers touch most. The dashboard has a soft touch upper layer with contrast stitching that looks surprisingly upscale for the segment. The center screen is now a larger 10.3-inch touchscreen on higher trims, positioned in a floating style that feels modern and easier to reach. The graphics are cleaner, the response is faster, and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are now standard across the lineup. The climate control knobs keep a physical layout, which many drivers will appreciate for ease of use, especially while driving. The steering wheel design follows the pattern of newer Nissan models, with a flat bottom on sportier trims and better placed buttons for audio, cruise control, and driver assist toggles. The gauge cluster can be analog or a digital 12.3-inch screen depending on trim, and the digital version offers customizable layouts that mimic what you'd see in Nissan's more expensive models. The seats remain one of Nissan's strongest advantages. The zero-gravity seats are still here, offering good long drive comfort, firm support, and better bolstering compared to earlier generations. Interior space remains competitive, especially headroom and legroom in the front. Rear seat space is acceptable for adults, though slightly tighter if the driver is tall. Noise insulation has been significantly improved. Road and wind noise are noticeably lower at highway speeds, making the car feel calmer and more premium. Under the hood, the 2026 Sentra continues to prioritize efficiency and everyday comfort over raw power. It comes with an updated 2.0-liter naturally aspirated engine that produces around 150 horsepower and 147 pounds-feet of torque. Nissan has retuned the CVT transmission to respond better at lower speeds, giving smoother takeoff and less of that rubber band feeling people often complain about. Acceleration isn't aggressive, but it's steady and predictable, which suits the car's character. Most buyers choosing a Sentra want a reliable daily driver with low fuel consumption, and in that sense, the car delivers strongly. Fuel economy is projected to land around the mid-30s in combined driving, depending on trim and wheel size. On the road, the suspension tuning strikes a nice balance between comfort and body control. The car absorbs rough roads better than before, and the steering feel has been slightly improved with a bit more weight and better on-center stability. Cornering isn't sporty, but it is confident enough for everyday driving. Nissan also includes its suite of Safety Shield 360 features across most trims, offering automatic emergency braking, blind spot warnings, lane departure alerts, rear cross-traffic alerts, and available adaptive cruise control. These features help the Sentra stand out as a safer sedan option, especially for families or first-time buyers. As for pricing, the 2026 Nissan Sentra is expected to start around the low $22,000 range for the base trim and move toward the $28,000 to $29,000 range for the fully loaded senior premium variants. This positions the Sentra as an attractive option for buyers looking for value without sacrificing style, tech, and comfort. Compared to rising crossover prices, the Sentra continues to be a strong, smart choice for budget-conscious shoppers who still want a car that feels modern. Wrapping up, the 2026 Nissan Sentra shows that the compact sedan isn't going away quietly. It brings a more refined exterior, a cleaner and more comfortable interior, better technology, subtle performance improvements, and pricing that keeps it within reach for a wide range of drivers. For commuters, students, families, or anyone wanting a reliable and efficient sedan with a bit of style, the Sentra remains a solid contender. If you're considering a Corolla, Civic, Elantra, or Forte, this updated Sentra deserves a close look. Thanks for watching Car Flash Drive. If you enjoyed this detailed review and want more in-depth breakdowns of the latest models, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell us what car you want to see next, and we'll bring it to the channel. Until next time, drive safe and stay tuned for more reviews.